Well, we have somebody here today who's not going to let the pansy, Adam Kinzinger, cry on CNN anymore. Hide under his desk while police officers are being shot in the face in Chicago. His name is Michael Rebresh. Remember that name. He's the next congressman from the 16th Congressional District. Make no mistake about it, Michael. God bless you, brother.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you. I'm not going to make this very short. Sorry. Give me just a sec here. So I want to thank you guys all for coming out here. Really appreciate it. My name is Michael Rebresh, and I'm running for a position as a Republican representative from Illinois in the United States Congress in the elections of 2022. You know, it's hard to believe that it's been nearly 13 months since I led a march. We denounced his misleading science. We rejected the incomplete and corrupted data. We opposed any future vaccine mandates, and we rebuked the freedom-killing dictates coming from the governor and the federal government as well. And wouldn't you just know it, here we are again doing the same thing over. You know, after more than a year of fear campaigning by the Democrats, career politicians have taken our jobs from us. They restrict our freedom of movement. They're threatening us with even more absurdities, and they're restricting our ability to choose for ourselves. Social media is silencing our voices. They're working to cancel our cultures daily. Why? I don't know. You know, we even have establishment Republicans, as Bill mentioned, who have baited and switched sides. Like one of our own. What's his name? He's a short guy. He likes to fly his private plane over his district, look down on his constituents. Oh, I know, Adam Kinzinger, who jumped at the chance to be another arrow in Nancy Pelosi's quiver to show just exactly how much TDS he really has. And why? To protect himself and his holier-than-thou position as a congressman from the coming storm of the left. Now, he knows perfectly well that Democrats are coming for all Republicans, citizens and politicians alike. And they've got a box full of sinister retribution. And it's all because we overwhelmingly chose in 2016 a political outsider to speak for us, the American citizen, instead of a bitter old lady who spent her life in politics, assigning nasty labels to anybody who opposed Her Majesty's authority. Now, we elected Trump into office, and that upset their finely tuned system to defraud the American people. But he said. And for that, they want to make us pay for making personal choices, literally and figuratively. Now, whatever promises were made to Adam Kinzinger to betray his party and his constituents, they were obviously more important to Adam than the people of his district or this country, many of which believed that the policies of Trump were crafted truly for the benefit of the people. And I can't tell you how many times I've heard somebody tell me that he's the only president in their lifetimes to actually have done what he said he was going to do. And so, to Adam, I would say, when you do deals with the radical left for 2 minutes of floor time to bash Trump, when you go after your party and decide to impeach the president after he's already left office, when you beg and cry to be on the insurrection inquisition, well, there's just no coming back from that. I'm sorry. You know, it took over 12 years for the people to see how power and money have corrupted Adam and his political soul. It only took 6 sentences for him to tell us what he thinks a conservative Republican is today. You know, and he did that. Well, just go with us. He did that at the on the Sesame Street channel during the Frontline interview back in April. Now, this man he's no commoner. He's a turncoat. That's what he is. He screams, "I am a patriot," while cozying up to the filth in D.C., who are anything but patriots.
Right.
You know, if we can't drive home a win by convincing the people in the district to stop re-electing Adam Kinzinger, well, I'm afraid that he just might not get his chance at his ultimate dream job, which is a primetime host on RT television, with a pocket full of Swalwell's Fang that comes with it. You know, I am fed up with political, career-minded people. I'm fed up with career politicians. How dare they? They have the nerve to lecture us while catering to their special interest money and thieving more power from the people. It's money, power, and corruption. These are things that go hand in hand with the career politician. As a congressman, if I'm elected, I'm going to do everything in my power to put forth a bill or a resolution every single day, if I have to, that puts and requires term limits on Congress. I personally believe that after everything that we've been through, that term limits should be a top priority when we take back the House in 2022 and take back the Senate the same year. It is the single greatest thing that we can do for future generations of Americans. I feel like six years maximum in the House over a 2-cycle, 3-cycle period. 12 years maximum in the Senate over 2 cycles. This is the same plan that's currently floating around in Congress right now. It's called HJR 12 and SJR 3, and it's got the support of over 80 members of Congress, both houses. Now, I believe this plan it'll allow for more governing and less groveling. More solutions, less campaigning. Which is why this morning I signed the campaign pledge to do exactly what I've just told you. You know, as we stand here today, the American government has angered the people. Our health officials, our CDC, giving Americans false hope that we will eventually go back to the way things were once we beat the Wuhan virus. This administration likes to hand out hope through an inconsistent message and constant change of a goalpost for what they call herd immunity. Now, we've all seen the leaked, fraudy emails. We've seen the falsified numbers. We have testing that doesn't recognize COVID from influenza. And obviously, we got the actual importing of COVID from our southern border. Folks, this country's a mess. And we owe it all to Joe, Chuck, Nancy, and the Kinzingers of the world. Now, I'm here today to tell you that we as Republicans and independents alike, we are done with this administration's chaotic way of solving problems. We're done with this flip-flopping science. We're done with CNN humiliating this country by fact-checking whether or not Joe Biden wiped his butt. We're a little tired of the mainstream media, who's constantly regurgitating socialist propaganda that is at the heart of every Democrat talking point. There are serious issues on our plate, folks, with far greater consequence. And what does our sham president do? He goes AWOL, along with half of his staff during one of the most tragic military failures we have ever been involved in. His absence of leadership is being mocked all around the world. And now his arrogance and his ignorance is about to let the Chinese invade our friends Taiwan. Now, I don't know, isn't all of this nonsense enough for this country? Isn't enough already? You know, in case you didn't know, American communism is right here, it's right now, and it's right in front of our very faces. This is not the Swedish utopia that the Democrats promised us. Now, they demand to know your private medical information. They want to require you to have proof that you're vaccinated on an electronic form just to buy groceries. This is a direct assault on our freedoms and our rights as free women and free men. Our kids have already lost the right to go to school and in person and mask-free. Soon we're going to lose the right to travel outside of our cities, our towns, and our states. They want to disarm our public and defund the police. And right now, before they even force us into it, they're going to do everything they can to make life so hard for us that we'll be begging for the shot, just so that we can go back to their new version of a new normal.
That's right.
Not going to happen.
You know, and where is my opponent, Adam Kinzinger, going to be? Well, I'll tell you, he'll be standing with the party that's in power. The ones that have left our country in complete disarray, and the world in disarray for that matter. You know, Biden, he has no plan. He's not for us, not for the rest of the world. He wouldn't know unity if he licked it off of a waffle cone. You know, this fly by the seat of your pants leadership is running our beloved country into the ground. It's causing great harm to freedom-loving peoples across the oceans, across our Mother Earth. People would rather fall from a C-17 from high in the sky than face the tyranny of oppressive regimes. You know, it's time for someone to stand up. Time for a whole lot of someones to stand up. Real people with patriotism in their hearts and a vision to see us to better days.
That's right.
It's time for us to start making a difference, to take our fight for family values to the front lines of Congress. Now, I'll tell you what, if I'm elected to be one of your congressmen, I'm going to be a strong Republican voice in your government. I'm going to be a refreshing voice in your government. With your help, we're going to stop this economy-killing, energy-wasting, liberty-destroying executive mandator before he gets us into trouble that we can't come back from. As an elected official, I'm going to work to protect parental rights over our schools, defend the sovereignty of our homes, secure and enhance our rights and our freedoms, re-enable our energy independence, to hold account the out-of-control spending, and I'm going to remind everybody at every opportunity that it is Americans who made America, and it's going to be Americans who take it back.
Right.
My name's Michael Rebresh, and I'm running for Congress.
God bless.
Thank you.
God bless.